Eminence and Shadow fans. Yo, I ain't know it was like that with y'all. I learned something new about them today, guys. So, one of the common complaints, issues, concerns is that Eminence and Shadow didn't make my top 10 lists. And some of people that watch, they said fair remarks. One of the fair remarks is, man, how is this not on your top 10? I've been watching you enjoy this so much. It doesn't make sense. And I feel bad. You know why I feel bad? I feel bad because I'm having all this fun and Lee's jamming with me, and now we feel like there's a disconnect. Like Lee is not, he's not favorable about this in the top 10. Yo, top 10 list. Let me explain to you my process. The top 10 list to me is like wives. Who am I marrying? And I made my list accordingly. So Eminence and Shadow, it's fantastic. I really enjoy it. And one of the things I mentioned in that video is, what am I taking on? Like if I'm 10 hours on a plane, I'm just gonna binge, right? See, Eminence and Shadow is very much like that. That lady you met at the bar. You had a great night, right? But if you don't see her the rest of your life, you're okay. It was a great memory, but you don't necessarily wife her. I'm not saying that you can't wife someone at the bar. I was trying to figure out the nicest way I could express this analogy without offending any of these dear ladies that watch these videos, and that was the best I could come up with. But everybody knows on both sides of the aisle, or triple sides of the aisle, because there's a lot of things to going on today. But anyways, that there's this one person who's fun. Oh, you had a blast with them. You had an absolute blast. But when you're gonna spend life, my little blurry, you're gonna spend life, and I got nothing else to watch for God knows when. No one else to talk to, no one else to interact with. See, that's how you gotta choose your wives properly. You got it's a life commitment, guys. That's how I made my list. Life. So, for example, now this is gonna go into the details. Eminence and Shadow, as good as it is, right? I can see that. I can expect to see more of that, if that makes sense. Because the point that we are in the series, mind you, the year is not over. Where we are in the series, there's that potential slime buildup, but the character is not slime, and the girls are, I'm gonna say they're better than slime girls in terms of the sheer volume. We literally got like Shion fighting for her life against like 10 girls on Eminence and Shadows. It's steep. The competition's steep. So anyways, but I can honestly see more of Eminence and Shadows. Like it's not uniquely its own thing. I'm not used to this kind of character. He's interesting, but like episode 1, one of the first things we said was like, oh, he's like Ainz, but he doesn't look like Ainz, and because people are running stuff, it's something similar. So like when I chose Uncle, notice that Uncle, so my top 10 list, guys, you guys gotta check out the video, so I'm not gonna spoil it. Uncle is the only isekai that made it on that list. There's an adventure like story, so Don Machi, which kind of crossbreeds in the sense where crossbreed is a terrible word. People that tend to like isekai also tend to like Don Machi, but Don Machi is not an isekai, right? We agree? Maybe not. Anyways, Uncle from Another World is the only one on the list. Why? Because other than Mushoku Tensei, if Mushoku Tensei was out this year, that would have been on my list. But Uncle from Another World is something that's not duplicatable to me. Of course, you can copy it, but I don't foresee that. I don't watch Uncle, and I'm like, you know what this reminds me of? No. Uncle's doing the reminding of you. They're talking about Sega's, all this other stuff, right? So I don't watch Uncle and be like, this is very much like X, Y, and Z. So pretty much all the shows on my list, when I look at them, they are very, 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 like, unique. They are the best at what they do in that particular category for the most part, right? There's some shows that do compete on this list, and those are the shonens, and that just happens. And that's just my thoughts, man. So going back to it again, I like it, man. I really like it, but I can expect to see another Eminence of Shadow next year. In the next 365 days, I can see something like that fills the exact vacuum / space that it did. You know what I mean? Like Eminence of Shadow to me fills in the exact void that Overlord does. However, Overlord has way better dialogue. You know what I mean? That's my thoughts. Like its complexity is higher, but we're potentially about to get there in Eminence and Shadow. It's very early, right? Still better dialogue, better writing in Overlord in terms of the poeticness. Wow, that's so profound, and like the wisdom that you pick up from Ein sometimes, even though he's just capping. So I don't want to keep doing the comparison, but yeah, that's it, man. So like right now I'm getting my slime fix. It's not as happy-go-lucky. I'm getting my slime fix from Eminence and Shadow. But Eminence, like I said, slime only got one girl. Where's she at? Oh, I think I have two Shioms. Oh yeah, I do have two Shioms. I'm not getting up. Anyways, another little caveat is this. So like most of my series will all have characters that go through some great struggle. It really pulls you into the story. So usually if I'm watching something and the characters face no struggle, right, or minimal struggle, and they're just flexing on everybody, like it's cool, but it doesn't pull that emotional aspect that's like, yo, I think my boy's really gonna die, or like, yo, I think my girl's really gonna die. You saw what Slime, that was season 2, so I ain't gonna spoil it for you. But everyone who's seen Slime season 2, they know what I'm talking about. But we're not there yet. So Eminence Shadow season 2 might be like, yo, this is crazy. We're not there yet. So look at my boys right next to me. Got my boy Odin Sama. If y'all watch One Piece, you know how that went. You know my boy Vegeta, Walking L. Walking L. Yo. Got my boys over here. When I first started, it was only Robins, man. Your boy really did kind of grow up and say, what about these dudes? So my boy Kaiba over here, as strong as he is, man, they always jack Mokuba from him, bruh. They always jack Mokuba, and he has to go save him. And then he be struggling, man, almost dying, having to settle his or put away his pride with Yugi and team up various times. And then we got the Pharaoh himself, right? Even as OP as the Pharaoh is, he would overdo things sometimes, and he would be like almost going to lose his soul. His vulnerability basically was trying not to succumb to the darkness. He did not want to be an evil Pharaoh like he was like back in the day. Like, yo, Yami Yugi was a thug. And then we don't have to talk about soft ass little Yugi, who actually became a gangster, right? But like, yo, this character's like, yo, I think, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but I am gonna spoil it. If you haven't seen this part, like, skip 30 seconds. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Part. Skip 30 seconds. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Part. All right, here we go. Yo, when Pharaoh lost little ass Yugi because he was going hard, Monstaccato. No, it wasn't that one. No, he lost another one. He lost to somebody because he was just relentlessly sacrificing his monsters, and they lost little Yugi for a duration of that. Little Yugi was gone, like, damn, you know. And Pharaoh had to go get that little man back, and he wasn't the same without him. He was strong, but yo, he wasn't the same. And they really had their back against the wall, and they did their hocus pocus, power of friendship, heart of the cards, and stuff like that. You can't read people's mind because of the mental block of friendship. Yo, they did all that soft shit, but I liked it. I call it soft, but yo, I was like, it got me in my feels. So I actually inserted that because my ADHD kicked in. So there's that. So that's my thoughts, man. But I do appreciate you guys vibing with me. You guys gave me an opportunity to add more content and talk to you guys about why I chose what I chose. So, anyways, if you guys have any further feedback, anything else I can address, what I'm going to be doing this year is highlighting more of my good comments, my engaging comments between my response videos, between my screenshots. I really want to focus on those. You know, now we're going into the rambling of things. I find that these negative people, they unfairly take the spotlight from you guys, and I might mess up from time to time, especially on who I'm talking to, who I'm around, what energy I'm feeding on. So if I stray from that, go ahead and remind me. Remember that time when you said you wasn't going to highlight them? Remember that. Thank you, guys. Let's stay grounded 2023. It's all peace and love. I know I sound on some kumbaya stuff, man. But, yo, I don't know how much time I got left on this earth. This is not like, oh my God, is Lee sick? No. I really don't know how much time I got on this earth. And I feel like every second, you know, it should be spent on something worthwhile. You know what I mean? Shit, Lee can keep talking forever, man. Let me tell you where I'm going with it, right? So, you guys are all strangers for the most part, right? You guys are all strangers. So, if I had to think about how much times I spent answering a comment towards the end, just in a year, answering comments in a year, and I find that, you know, I'm just gonna throw on some out. I spent 100 hours in 2022 dedicated to haters, 1 hour with the lovers. Let's just put it that way. You know, I died. And that time could have been given to my daughter, could have been given more time to me. I could have, you know, gotten experience out of life that was worthwhile. But I gave all that time to these haters, right? That after I'm gone, y'all moved on with your lives. They will move on with their lives. Take this as a lesson too, guys. See how you can apply it. So at the very least, back to why I said you guys are strangers, because I'm tying it in. You guys are like, oh my God, Lee called them strangers. I'm sorry, the ADHD. The very least, man, if I spent my 200 hours, right, answering y'all, the ones that showed love, right? Not that I always have the time to answer everybody, but hear me out. And I made content that was inspired from your interactions, your remarks, etc., and then I died, at least my hours was spent with some people that cared in some capacity, right? That will think about me after I'm gone. You know? When do we die, Odin-sama? When do we die? We die when people forget about us. So, I am making videos for the people that will remember me after I'm gone. That is who I'm making videos for. There's nothing wrong with me. I don't know why I'm getting sentimental. Oh yeah, I've actually got sentimental way more. This is so surprising. But about that, yo, I had a friend that, he was a high school acquaintance that passed away around the time I made that decision. And I said high school acquaintance because everyone calls people their friends. And I just started calling you guys strangers. So anyways, my high school acquaintance, young guy, man, left his family, light skin just like me, Jamaican just like me. I was like, damn, that sucks. That sucks. But from my understanding is it wasn't even because of life choices. The world just got him. Like when when I, you know, not to ever say, oh, but you know, you're young. Your eating habits can't cause what happened to him so soon in life. Well, it can, but you know what I mean. So I'm like, dang, man. So for my daughter's sake. Yo, thanks for watching my content, man. If you guys like it, make sure you smash a thumbs up, drop a comment, let us know. I'm active on Twitter. I'm active on Instagram. I'm active on TikTok. I be trying on Twitch, man. Y'all be on Pinterest regularly. You can catch my anime wallpapers, my feet art that I be collecting, man. And yo, maybe we can, a couple of us, we can make like a wallpaper little group together. So yeah, follow those. They're in the description of this video. Until next time, I'm out.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, please go ahead and do so. The link is in the description of this video, and I actually tweet back. Much love, YaBoyRocklee.